Got my girls. Good morning. RJ Kaminsky here of the Green Smoothie Revolution. Got my two puppies. They wanted to say hi this morning. And I'm going to do a video on step-by-step smoothie making. My blend this morning, well, let me put these girls down. This is Daisy and this is Theo. Okay, girls. They like to be here to pick up any little tidbits that I might be dropping during smoothie making. Daisy loves coconut, and Theo does too, and then avocado, of course. So I got up at the crack of dawn this morning at about 6 o'clock, 6:30, and was inspired and amazingly to get to Bikram yoga class at 7 a.m. So I'm all fired up and ready for a smoothie this morning. So I'm going to blend one up and let you see exactly how I do it. I've prepped a couple things to make the video a little shorter, like some tangerines, and I cut the tops off my strawberries. So the way I start with my BlendTech 3.5 horsepower blender is sometimes I'll use straight water, maybe about 12 ounces. It's marked out on the blender here. Often I'll cut open a baby coconut and pour the water into this blender, and it's anywhere between 10 and 16 ounces if it's a really big one with a lot of water. And then I'll scoop out the pulp, as some of you have seen me do. But today I'm just going to use coconut juice, Amy and Brian's, which I love, out of the can. Not as fresh, but pretty darn delicious as a smoothie base. So I've got 12 ounces of coconut water in my blender. And I wanted to say something while I'm thinking about it. This video today was inspired by a gentleman that contacted me in the last week, and we had a nice visit on the phone yesterday, and he just really inspired in me this video because of the huge transition that he's going through. He just is shifting within a 2-week period, the last couple weeks, maybe even a week and a half or less. He stumbled across my videos looking for information about water intake, and I don't think he knew anything about green smoothies at this point, but he's jumped from a Pepsi drinker and, in his description, not the healthiest diet in the world, to he bought himself a BlendTech blender, which is quite an investment for a beginner, and he jumped into smoothie making, he and his girlfriend, and they're blending smoothies daily, making all sorts of changes, and he's feeling great, he says. And so just want to say thank you for that inspiration. I appreciate it, and it was a joy talking to you. So anyways, he wondered when I was going to make a video, and I figured I'd get up this morning and make one. So here we go. First thing, coconut water. I tend to put all my fruit in first. Going to put 4 or 5 strawberries, and then this morning I've got a couple of tangerines I'm going to put in. They're seedless, and the reason I do seedless is because I don't like to deal with seeds blended up in my smoothie. So when I can find them, I'll use that. Citrus is in season for the most part right now, so I'm using those. They're very sweet and tasty. I'm going to throw a couple of baby bananas in there, which is going to make this a really sweet and delicious smoothie that will be very palatable. So there's a couple bananas. That is my fruit base, so I tend to do the base of fruit first with my liquid, and I'm going to put in a couple additives today just for the sheer pleasure of it and healthful reasons. So I'm going to move this over here so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to put about maybe a half a tablespoon of local raw organic honey. Push that in like this. And I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to lick my finger just because this is so good and I've got a lot of it on there. Okay, so some honey. Let's put that in the sink. I'm going to add something called Amazon Bliss. It's one of the many raw food concoctions that are on the market right now. Basically all it is coconut butter and some cacao or cocoa. So I'll just take a couple scoops of that. Makes for a much smoother smoothie. I'm going to probably need to speed things up a little bit, so I'm going to bust through my avocado here. I consider that part of my fruit base. That's my technique for removing the pit. And I need a spoon right here. I'm going to scoop, I think I'm just going to use half an avocado today because I've already got bananas. So this is going to be a smooth and thick smoothie. So that's my fruit base. I'm going to do a quick blend here. Usually I have my headphones, but I don't have those right now, so I'm going to do this up real quick. Okay, so I've got a lovely base, and it looks perfect. That's amazingly quick with this blender. So, with the base, I'm going to take some parsley. I'm going to put some parsley in, and a good portion of this I think this was picked within the last couple days. I got it at a market that specializes in really good fresh produce. I'm going to take most of this, this is a red butter lettuce, red leaf butter lettuce, something like that. Put most of it in here. I'll save the rest for tomorrow or later. And then what I do at this point, I've got my fruit base, I've got my additions, I've got my greens, a little more parsley I'd say, and then I always add more liquid at the end. So here is some extra liquid, and I'm going to add even a little bit more filtered water, because I really, with the avocado and the banana and as smooth as this smoothie is going to be, I like to get as much liquid in as possible, because then it'll make it a lot more palatable and it won't be like pudding. So, water as much as I can get in my blender, which this thing can take quite a bit. I think we're pretty good, maybe a little bit more. And so I think I've shown you everything for this smoothie today. There we go. Yep, that's a full one. I'm going to probably have to hold the top while I blend. Now what I do on my blender, on this Blend Tech, you have an option of all kinds of different settings. This one has a setting for beverages. There's smoothie and then extra large smoothie. I pulse it. A time or two just to make sure everything's going. And then I select menu again, and then blend. And I can't speak because I don't think you can hear me with this blender on because it's pretty loud. So actually I only ended up hitting the regular smoothie blend, which was just maybe 15-20 seconds I think is all it took, and this is fine at this point, but I'm going to blend it one more time, not on camera just because it'll take too long and it's a little loud. But this is my smoothie for the day. It ends up being, boy, about 64 ounces, 2 mason jars full, which I don't have one out here right now. But you've seen my mason jars. I fill up 2 of them, put one in the fridge, drink one now, share one with my wife, and that's pretty much how it goes for the day. And sometimes I'll let one sit overnight and drink that in the morning, so I'm not blending every single day. So that's my smoothie for the day, and that'll probably last me through till midday, early afternoon, and then I'll have some kind of a meal and don't know what yet. But there you have it. Hope that helps, and thanks again, my new friend out there who inspired me to put this video together today. And please feel free to send me any questions through YouTube, and I'll get back to you when I can. And happy blending to you, and enjoy the green smoothie revolution. Thanks.